Hastings is a large seaside town and borough in East Sussex on the south coast of England, 24 miles east of the county town of Lewes and 53 miles southeast of London. Since the 19th century, it is a popular seaside resort as the railway allowed tourists and visitors to reach the town. In the Middle Ages, Hastings became one of the Cinque Ports, Sandwich, Dover and New Romney being the first, Hastings and Hythe followed, all finally being joined by Rye and Winchelsea. Muslim scholar Muhammad al-Adrisi, writing in 1153, described Hastings as a town of large extent and many inhabitants, flourishing and handsome, having markets, work people and rich merchants. The Spirit of Cricket statue stands in Queen Square, was unveiled on 6 June 1997 by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It stands on the site of the former Central Cricket and Recreation Ground where the game was played for over 130 years. The Battle of Hastings was fought on 14th October 1066 between the Norman-French army of William, the Duke of Normandy, and the English army under the Anglo-Saxon king Harold Godwinson, beginning the Norman conquest of England. The word Hastings comes from the Hastingers, the people who supported a Saxon migrant leader called Haste who occupied Sussex east of the Pevensey levels in the 6th or 7th century. In Old English, Ingas means followers, so originally the word Hastingers was describing a group of people spread over a wide geographic area rather than giving a name to a village or a town. Built by William the Conqueror in 1067, Hastings Castle is Britain's first Norman castle. It overlooks the English Channel, into which large parts of the castle have fallen over the years. Within the passageway of the North Gatehouse was a doorway leading to the extraordinary dungeons. One of the oldest remaining parts of the castle, the dungeons were not rediscovered until the 1870s. Although these tunnels and rooms may have been used to house the occasional prisoner, the current theory is that they were mainly used for storage. An iconic landmark of England's tumultuous past, Hastings Castle represents a seismic shift in the direction of England, historically, politically and culturally. It is a jewel in the crown of England's historic past. High above the town of Hastings, the castle boasts the most spectacular views of all of Sussex. There are lifts that grant access from seafront level to the east and west hills. The West Hill lift rises from the George Street through a natural cave to the castle and West Hill area. The funicular railway was opened on 25th March 1891. The West Hill was the main location for windmills. The first reference to a windmill was in 1410. This area was used for smuggling activities back in the 17th and 18th century. The inventor of television, John Logie Baird, carried out his first experiments with radar here. The East Hill lift is the steepest in Britain and provides spectacular views over the Old Town and English Channel, plus access to the Hastings Country Park. It was opened in 1902. The White Lighthouse, built in 1851, was used to guide the fishing fleet safely. The lights have now been moved to the Stade. Set between two cliffs, serviced by funicular railways, charming Hastings Old Town blends an old school seaside vibe with Tudor styling and a lively arts scene.
The net huts, located in the state in Hastings, had their listing upgraded by English Heritage because of their importance. They were a rare example of buildings intrinsic to the British coastal fishing industry.
The huts originate from the 16th century but have been rebuilt a number of times. They were first used to house nets for catching mackerel and herring. This set of landmark seafront structures have been awarded Grade 2-star listed status more than 30 years ago. Opened in 1948, the Hastings Miniature Railway is a 260 mm gauge miniature railway. The line was reopened in the summer of 2011 and is a popular tourist attraction. The United Kingdom's steepest funicular railway, the East Hill Lift, is not only a structure of national importance but also a source of immense local pride. It has become an enduring symbol of the unique charm and character of Hastings, a symbol powerful and true enough to withstand 2 world wars and the fast-changing tides of a turbulent century. On the Stade Beach is Britain's biggest fleet of beach-launched fishing boats. The boats have to be hauled out of the sea after each trip, which stops them from being more than about 10 meters long. This outline of a prow and part of a Norman longboat tipped upwards emerging from the beach is called the landing. It was commissioned by Hastings Borough Council as part of the Route 1066 festival and celebration to mark the 950th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings in 2016. St. Leonard's Pier was a public pleasure pier in St. Leonard's-on-Sea. Opened in 1891, it was a direct rival to the nearby Hastings Pier. It was damaged during World War II. The Hastings Pier was opened on 5th August 1872 by the then Lord Warden of the Cinque Ports, Earl of Granville. It was designed by Eugenius Birch, who also designed the West Pier, Brighton and Eastbourne Pier.